been driving for about an hour and a half. Have about an hour to go. Here we go. I need to get some gas. It's cold as... So my sleep schedule's already kind of weird. I normally sleep about six to 7 hours a night, and then I get a nap from 1 to 2 hours. So I get a little over 8 hours, averaging out. I mean, if you include, I feel like I'm in bed a lot, but I know like this week so far, my average, according to my Fitbit, is 7 hours and 14 minutes a night or something like that. And I fall asleep relatively easy. So it makes me wonder when people say they only get 8 hours of sleep. They must be talking about when they fall asleep. And I kind of feel like most people don't fall asleep that easily. So, I don't know. Maybe people just get less sleep than me. But anyways, these relatively long car drives, I mean, this one's only a couple hours, so it's not bad. You know, I've had events where I've done 16 hours in a day. Probably not my record. I'm not sure what my record would be. I know I've driven down to Tennessee before. It depends too if you count like within the 24-hour span or do you count like nonstop. So, but yeah, these rest stops are nice to grab a quick nap, and I'm pretty good at falling asleep in my car. When it gets dark, it makes me a little nervous because I still have an event tonight that I'm performing at. So I'm worried that I will sleep through it. So feeling kind of wide awake now. Let's keep going. You guys are not going to believe what I just saw. Here it is. Video. And there were people there. That's kind of the crazy part. I can't remember the last time I saw a family video. Sort of got sidetracked. So I'm at the place. I didn't mean to pull in here. The way the roads were is it looked like this was a street, and I'm like, oh, this street will follow the river. And there's a cool, like, you can't see any, it's dark. There's a cool river walk. It's too cold to get out and walk it. But, excuse me, sorry about that. I'll have to edit that out. There's a cool river walk. Can't see anything, and it's too cold. And didn't mean to end up here, so I have an hour and 15 minutes before I told them I'll show up. So I'm like crazy early, which I normally do. Partially because I have a fear that my car is going to break down every time because our cars are crappy. Actually, while we're waiting, I have a story. Last night, normally I'm in the van today. Yeah, you can't see it because it's dark, but it's a van, and normally I drive the car. But the car last night, well, my wife, she was driving home, and the car broke down. Tow truck came, got her. Car's at our house, probably an alternator. I don't have time to fix it, so we're gonna send it to a buddy of ours who does our car stuff. So, but around midnight, my phone doesn't work in my office in the basement. So around midnight, I realize I have a bunch of texts with curse words in it. And so then I have to read through the thread. Turns out Leah broke down. Had a voicemail, listened to the voicemail, her cursing about how we have phones that don't work. And usually my text message works, but because of it being so late, it shuts off or something. I don't know. It doesn't ding. So Let's see if I could fix that. So now we're down to one vehicle. Cool story. Cool story, bro. I still got an hour and 10 minutes. I'm gonna do some I'm gonna do some video editing. Made it home safe, and it's, oh man, it's not midnight yet, but time to go to bed. Have a good night. Check out these over here. Yeah. Okay.